Hello everybody, and welcome to the 31-day In the Moment cleanse. And I'm Sarah Raleigh, and I get to show you guys what I'm going to have for dinner tonight. I believe I promised it in like a couple of videos ago, so sorry about that. But I get to show it to you now. So, yeah. I do have to let you know though, this sugar detox, it can be tough sometimes. I'm just feeding the kids Cheerios in the morning. Like, I look at the Cheerios and I like crave, because it's like my mind knows like that it could even get a little hit, because like when you eat sugar your mind gets like a little hit, it's a drug, like really, like your brain gets a little hit and it's like, oh, it feels good. Like that's why when I'm stressed I go for that. I'm like, oh, I need this, and then I'm like, oh, I feel better. Like, you get that little hit, and that's what I'm trying to avoid. But yeah, my mind goes there sometimes, but still strong, don't worry. I did not want to start this all over again, so I really need to, really want to stay committed. And I have to tell you, I'm noticing some real improvement in my skin. I know you can kind of see some blemishes, but in the previous videos, some of the videos, I'm wearing makeup, so you wouldn't have seen them before as much. But I'm noticing, I'm not sure if it's coming up on camera or not, but I'm noticing that my skin is a little bit brighter. I'm not getting as many pimples, which is really nice. I have adult acne as well as the psoriasis, so I'm actually hoping, like, because this is kind of clearing up, like hoping that the psoriasis will, clear up. I'm, shampooing every day, and that's just what you have to do when you have psoriasis. I also wanted to clear something up. This on my neck it's not psoriasis. I just realized looking at the other videos, like, you may have, like, I didn't want to mislead anybody. This is actually my birthmark. So I've had it my whole life. It's just a part of me. So I didn't want to mislead anyone and have you think that this was the psoriasis. It's not. It's just pigment on my skin. So, yeah. And so I want to talk about the power of now before I show you my dinner. And I really was able today to know for myself that it was okay to be that unconscious for that amount of time. The majority of my day I'm unconscious, thinking about the future, I'm judging, I'm thinking about the past, I'm reaching for something in the future that's going to fulfill me, rather than being fulfilled in the moment. I am thinking about something from the past that bothered me or that was really exciting for me, to the point where it's not just a little glimpse, or where it's not really like I'm not using it for practical matters, so I'm not appreciating the moment. And I, even though I was really trying not to yesterday, like I was beating myself up about it. And that negativity of beating myself up about it doesn't help anything. It doesn't have a purpose really. So I just dropped it, and that's one of the things that Eckart Tolle talks about, is like you just drop it. And it's like if you picked up your mug and it was so hot that it burned your hand, like you would just drop it, like you wouldn't, or if somebody put a hot coal in your hand, like you would just drop it, like just realize that it's burning you and drop it. And so I dropped it, and I'm just, from dropping it, I'm able to appreciate that at least I'm aware of how conscious and unconscious I am. And that really is, the first step, right? That's what everybody talks about. That's the first step of anything, is being aware and accepting it. And then you can move from there. So it's pretty exciting, right? For me, I'm really excited about it. Feels good. So, yeah, I mean, just from here, just watching the different ways that I do become unconscious, and my state of mind, and what thoughts my mind normally tells me. One of the things that I've noticed today was that I still hold some resentment for people that, and I love them, but I still hold some resentment for them, and not expressing that resentment and not expressing my feelings about it is keeping it living inside of me. And it's really poisonous to my relationship with them, and I don't like that. I want to have, as close as a relationship as I can, and so just making some plans to arrange for some of that expression. I know that it can bring a lot of power back to you when you do this. I've done it with my husband and my best friend. I'm so grateful that they were, obviously 2 separate times. I'm so grateful that they were willing to hear me out and to participate. I had to hear things that I didn't necessarily want to hear either. I don't think anybody really likes to hear that they've, provoked some, hurtful feelings in another person. Whether it was, intentional or not, it's usually not. But yeah, I was able to express those with them, and they heard it, and they were okay with it, and they met me with warmth, and I did the same for them. And for me, that's what love is all about. It's not about trying to be happy all the time. It's about meeting somebody with warmth when they're just expressing their truth, and they're not blaming you or judging you for it. That would provoke defensive feelings in me if they did that, and vice versa. If I did that to somebody else and judged them for something that they did, then that would just provoke defensive feelings in them, and that wouldn't leave any space for love. So you just express your truth and have responsibility for it, and see how people respond. If I was met without warmth, if they did judge me back, then I might have to, rethink my relationship with them. If I'm really coming from a vulnerable place and an undefended place, and taking responsibility for my feelings, and I'm just sharing them and expressing them, and they've agreed to do this with me, and I'm met with, hostility and, violence, or, coldness, then I just have to accept that that's where they're at, and it's not, it's not healthy. It wouldn't be healthy for me to stay in that relationship, but neither one of them did that. They were both very warming and loving, and it was great, and I received that, and I gave it back, and so I know from that, sorry, a little tangent, but I know from that holding on to the resentment can keep me from having a more intimate relationship with someone. And I've got a lot of siblings, and I've got a lot of friends, and I've got a lot of family members, and I think it would be just terrific, and it would bring me a lot of joy to have intimate relationships with all of them. So yeah, that's one way that I know that I keep myself unconscious, because because I haven't expressed those, they pop up into my head, those resentment feelings, if I interact with them. Even though I can be happy to see them, there's also this, underlying, resentment that I'm trying to push down, and that takes energy to push things down, and we become so accustomed to it that we are, you know, it's a knee-jerk reaction. We just push it down, push it down, push it down, but it takes energy. It's exhausting, and once you, like, express those feelings, like, you get that power back, you know. You don't have to use your energy for that anymore. It's already said and done. Like, it's already healed. You can use it for more, you know, fun things, more enjoyable things, and just enjoying somebody's company. So, yeah, that's my little rant for this evening. Long video, sorry. Here is my soup that I made. I don't want to open it because then I'll, like, dump it out, like the whole quinoa thing. Like, will happen again, only, like, soup will be everywhere. So yeah, it's just quinoa and vegetable soup. It's another recipe that I got from Rose Cole's cookbook. And there's quinoa in it, there's carrots and onion and cilantro and celery and zucchini and leeks and yeah, just all kinds of good stuff in there, and I think it's delicious. I put my own, like, spices and stuff. It's sugar-free, you know, there's no, you know, the quinoa is a protein, it's not a carb, so it's, you know, it's all good. So, yeah, that's my dinner, and I'm glad I got to share it with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope you guys are taking good care of yourselves, and I hope you have a good evening. Namaste.